Hello, this is Dr. Do again. This video is outside of medicine. Continue with reading Psalm. I had a previous video on Psalm 106. Since it is long, so I'm going to break it into three. So I'm going to continue from previous video. I'm going to read it first. If you recall previously, it is accounting about the praise the Lord. On top of that, counting about how the human behavior and to not following God's instructions and to complain around the near the Red Sea, and also what happened during the Moses time. So I'm going to continue to read it. At Horeb, they made a calf and worshipped the idol cast from metal. They exchanged their glory for an image of a bull, which eats grass. They forgot the God who saved them, who had done great things in Egypt, miracles in the land of Ham, and awesome deeds by the Red Sea. So he said he would destroy them. Had not Moses, his chosen one, stood in the breach before him to keep his wrath from destroying them. Then they despised the pleasant land. They did not believe his promise. They grumbled in their tents and did not obey the Lord. So he swore to them with uplifted hand that he would make them fall in the desert, make their descendants fall among the nations, and scatter them throughout the land. They yoked themselves to the boughs of Peor, and ate sacrifices offered to lifeless gods. They provoked the Lord to anger by their wicked deeds, and a plague broke out among them. But Phinehas stood up and intervened, and the plague was checked. This was credited to him as righteousness for endless generations to come. By the waters of Meribah they angered the Lord, and trouble came to Moses because of them, for they rebelled against the Spirit of God, and rash words came from Moses' lips. So I'm going to stop here for the second video and continue to finish next time. Basically, this continuously to count the people, like previous 2 or 3 Psalms, or some of the Psalms, they listed the wonderful, the miraculous deed by God. But this one, on top of worship or praising God, and also counted what the people did to disobey the God, disobey the Lord, the God they believe. So from previously, as I summarized, it's talking about what they did around the Red Sea and around the Nile. And now it's continued to talk about what people did to Moses when they were wandering in the desert during that 40 years. And at Horeb, they made a calf, so they worshipped calf. They worship an idol cast from metal. They exchanged their glory for an image of bull, which eats grass. They forgot the God who saved them, who had done great things in Egypt, miracles in the land of Ham, and awesome deeds by the Red Sea. So he said he would destroy them, had not Moses, his chosen one, stood in the breach before him to keep his wrath from destroying them. So this saying that people continuously to forget what the God has done for them from Egypt or around the Red Sea, and their voice very loud. So the God was very angry, will try to destroy them, but Moses somehow standing up to save them. Then they despised the pleasant land. They did not believe the promise. They grumbled in their tents and did not obey the Lord. So he swore them with uplifted hand that he would make them fall in the desert, make their descendants fall among the nations, and scatter them throughout the land. So that's what happened during those wandering time in the desert. Forgot about the promise, forgot about the promised land. They just continued to complain, and then the God was angry So make their descendants fall among the nations and scatter them throughout the lands. So this is kind of the harshness. I mean, the discipline is quite severe, the punishment, scatter them throughout the land. They yoked themselves to the bow of Peor and ate sacrifices offered to lifeless gods. They provoked the Lord to anger by their wicked deeds, and the plague too broke out of them among them. If you recall, there are plagues among them, and even Moses' sister was also contracted that disease. But Phinehas stood up, intervened, and the plague was checked, and this was credited to him as righteousness for endless generations to come. So there's another people, Phinehas stood up, so to take the responsibilities or to credit to him and as righteousness endless generation, so bring back the blessing for the people. By the water of Meribah they angered the Lord, and trouble came to Moses because of them. For they rebel against the Spirit of God, and rash words came from Moses' lips. So Moses has been standing firm and protect his people and in between God and the people. But eventually he is human, so he probably reached the limit, start to saying some words against the Spirit of God, and this because of people also brought this trouble upon Moses. So this is about the second part. It's kind of counting the history is not very. It's a kind of the tone was kind of strong. I was kind of debating in my mind, should I finish the rest or should I just stop here? I decided I'm going to stop here. And again, in this paragraph, we're counting the what I see from counting those what people has done, disobey the God, and at the same time still see God's graciousness. So God chose Moses to stand, to breach before him and keep his rest from destroying them. So this is the chosen hero to protect, and also the other chosen people, or chosen Phinehas. We do not. Honestly, I do not know who is this Phinehas. I probably need to read the Old Testament again. I am reading it. Hopefully, I can remember this person. But anyway, so there's another person chosen to protect, to stood up and intervene. The plague was checked, so to protect the people. So this is about. I talk about the Moses, the rebel against the Spirit of God, and the rash words came from Moses' lips. This is kind of sad. But on the other hand, we know Moses is a person, so he has his limit. So that's why probably from the people has done too much to against God. So Moses reached his limit. So rash words came from Moses' lips. So I'm going to stop here for this psalm, the second part of Psalm 106. I'm going to continue next time. I hope that you can read and interpret in your own way. Thank you for watching.